Simple, it's just my photo ID form. I just transpose your driver's license information. Give me your normal signature like you normally sign your name right there. Look at that fancy signature.
Yeah.
Here's my fancy signature.
Oh, yours is easy.
Wait a minute, that's a left-handed squiggle. It's a little bit tougher than you think. All right, here's your final settlement statement.
Yes.
Do you want me to go through all these numbers with you?
A little bit.
Okay, all right. Let me just scoot over here. I hear a little accent.
Cameroon.
Well, I was gonna, you know what? I was gonna say the name, I said the last name, I said, I was gonna go, ça va bien?
Ça va bien.
All right, so there's your LLC is the buyer. Property address, there's the seller, of course, we're settling today. Okay, summary of the borrower's transaction. So the gross amount due from you is your purchase price, plus your closing costs, plus you're reimbursing the seller from today through the end of the fiscal year for a prorated amount of taxes that have already been paid. So that's the gross amount due. Paid on your behalf already is your deposit, your loan amount. We subtract one from the other. And there was 509,669. Did you send us a wire for that amount?
I did.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We love when people follow directions.
Yes.
All right, breakdown of your settlement charges here. So the first thing we have is the seller has an the lender has an origination charge here. Rehab escrow, because I assume this is a purchase and rehab loan you're doing. Wonderful. Document review fee, admin fee, wire fee. These are all from the lender. Inspection fee, appraisal fee, document review fee there. All right, daily interest charges from today through the end of the month. That's just the interim interest for the rest of the month. Okay. Then down here we have the title charges here, which breaks down to, this is, let's see here, title services. That is your title insurance, your owner's policy right there. That also includes a closing protection letter in there.
I've been having a lot of properties now. When I'm about to sell, a lien will come up. Like this is the third one in a row.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you why that is. And there's one thing that we always do if we were going to be handling a sale for you. What happens is, if you ever have if you take, like here, you're going to execute a loan, you're going to have a deed of trust which records against there. When those things get paid off, your lender is supposed to send a release to the courthouse to release that lien. They usually charge a release fee to do it, and they never do it. And we always end up with unreleased liens on the property. So we, if you were selling a property, we were handling the sale for you on the sale side. We always utilize a third party called Require. They charge $45, and what they do is they will hound that lender to make sure that they release that lien. Now, sometimes what you find is you might see something for 20 or 30 years ago, and that lender may not even be around. I mean, we can find them, we will, but if we can't, that way, that's what title insurance covers, all that. What most underwriters say is, if something's been originated more than 20 years ago, and no one's tried to collect on it more than for the last 10 years, they assume it's pretty much been paid off, and they'll insure against that. So if somebody comes forward saying, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't paid off, that's what your title insurance covers. Okay, but this one, we don't have any kind of issues like that. All right, and then down here, where were we? So we have the title policy, then we have the title exam, we have the doc preparation. This is a combination of a number of different charges right there. That is for FedEx. That's a fee we pay to a third party to store everything electronically up in the cloud. It's also for the technology fee when you go into that quality of technology system, and a fee we pay to a third party so we can submit the deed and deed of trust to be recorded electronically. Okay? And then down here we have the title abstract right here. All right. And then down here to record the deed and the deed of trust, $175. This is your portion of any county, state recordation. Actually, that is transfer taxes, and here's the recordation taxes for the city, state, things like that. Then we have per agreement from Need Joint Venture. I guess that went through a wholesaler. And then we'd have down here water escrow. Let me explain that to you. So,
that's a huge thing.
Well, let me just tell you what, because you're buying in Baltimore City, which is a little bit different than everywhere else. Okay, so in the state of Maryland, the only utility that can be a lien against your property is your water bill. So what we normally do, just on the seller side, is withhold anywhere from $200 to $500, depending on what the outstanding bill may be. We get the final water bill, we pay it, we send the balance back to the seller, and then we basically take care of getting water transferred in and out. Baltimore City is one of the few jurisdictions in Maryland, I can name two others, Ocean City and Salisbury, where you have to have a zero balance on your water bill before they will let you record the deed or the deed of trust. Wow. On top of that, Baltimore is infamous for taking forever to get things on record. Okay, now we're a little bit better in that we have an office right in downtown Baltimore, and they do have a walk. You can walk these things through. Okay. But what we still have to do is we have to wait till they actually get the final water meter reading and send us the final water bill. Okay. They won't prorate it. In other words, they won't say, we say, okay, we want the water bill as of March 3rd. Mm-hmm. Whenever it comes, it comes. So we're withholding $500 from the seller, and we're charging you $150 because we don't know when we get that final water bill. It might be for the 15th of this month. Okay. I get so you. Then what we do is we prorate and say, okay, you owe this much from the 3rd to whenever it was done. This person owes all that previous to that, and then we pay it, and then we send the balance of that money back to you. Okay. And you don't have to worry again about getting water transferred out of the seller's name into your name. We will take care of that. All right. Okay. And then down here, what's this 124? This is for reimbursement for lien certs. Well, here's the other thing. In Baltimore City, they're one of the jurisdictions where you have to pull individual lien certs to make sure there's not any liens against you personally. They're going to come and attach to the property. Okay. And then the $75 here is for an e-recording, and then down here per agreement for Equius Properties, $27.70. So that number right there, $66,333.08. Same number right here. Okay. If it all looks good, all I need you to do is just give me a signature and date right there. Okay. Three is third, yes, correct. Yay. Very good. 3-3-2026.